Yes, sir. Hello. We're here. Alright. Last time we started and we did some work on the batteries. We worked on the batteries so we got them automated. And we worked a lot on this belt over here. We got the aluminum production running. And everything is going well over there. But I did realize something that I want to fix right away. In here, these are each taking 200 bauxite per minute in the refineries and taking the 200 water. And this is a 600 pipe, but I think we fixed that at the bottom by putting another... No, the water's fine actually, I remember, because it doesn't actually take the 600, it recycles it. The problem was the bauxite comes in, and that is going to be slow because each tower takes 400, each box takes 400. We can only send 780 up, which means that we'd have 800. Oh, somebody said something in chat. I've been wrestling around on People Playground, and I found one of my older creations. Ooh, I like old creations, especially when they are delightful and fun. So that's good. Glad to hear that. This bauxite tower right here is getting shorted by 20. So I think all we'd have to do to fix that is grab this and put it right above this, because this should be able to go with an overflow. Yeah, let's do that. We'll grab this, go like this, put it on here. Uh-oh, I might not like the old creation. Making me nervous here. Can we send this up here? How do we send this up? We'll put it on that right there, and then zoop it up. Okay. And then we can grab this somehow and put it on there. Even the default mode doesn't like that. Okay. So we can go like this. Put that right there. Okay. Then pop it right there. That should do it. Yeah. Okay. Now we can grab that and run that up. Put that default in there. Then we're gonna grab it. A little bit of spaghetti, but I think it'll be worth it. And then we grab the merger, and we put that right in line with that. Right. Let's make sure that this is lined up. Number 6. Grab that. Okay. Doesn't like me there. What about if I grabbed it from here? Actually, that would be much better, actually. Yeah, let's just go like that. Duh. Grab this and... Curve works. Okay, nice. Oh, and it looks good too. Nice. And that should be the leftovers that we needed. Just like that. That's above that. That goes into the last one. We're doing good. We've figured it out. Okay? So we've got bauxite coming in. The same problem would be happening for the coal. So we'll grab another one of these mergers. Right here. And put that on there. And then we'll grab this and bring it down just like we did for the other one. And we can put the splitter, make it a smart splitter, and run this out straight mode. and go to the left, overflow. Awesome. This will just ensure that everything is running. It's from a time before I even met Mr. Egg. Awesome. That's awesome. I will hop in Discord a little bit later. Because my monitors are a little messed up tonight. I had some difficulty setting up stuff. And I just got a new monitor from a clean out of a house for free, actually. I got invited to go and help move some boxes and stuff, and I saw it. I said, "Hey, could I have that?" And they said, "Yeah, we'll give you that." So I got a free monitor, but it's not set up, so Discord won't work very good in the background. That's okay. That's unrelated to the Satisfactory stream, though. It's a tangent, and I should not do that. But it is cool, and I will check it out when I get a chance. Alright, let's focus. So we got batteries, we got the bauxite fixed already, and we've got this nice little belt highway. I really like how it looks, but I'm not sure that it'll be good. It's a lot of spaghetti, and it looks complicated, but it's not that complicated. We have our coffee. I have a Dr. Pepper somewhere around here. Like in real life. Oh, Dr. Pepper. I love Dr. Pepper. So the trains are working currently, but I want better train system. So let's figure out train systems. Maybe I know what I can do. I can go like this, and go like this. That would open up. Give me a second. And now I need my pen. Where's my pen? I need my pen. Hello, my pen. And can I expand this a little bit? Yes, sir. Yeah. Okay. Now, give me just a second. I'm drawing a drawing, alright? Right now, we have what would be essentially a big loop. Okay? Let's see if we can get this. There's some drawings on the back that I can show you in a little bit. Wait a minute. Let's go like this. Alright, and we've got a train station here. It's a little bit more complicated than what I'm going to draw. And there's another station right here. Okay. Upside down. Transition. I want to make a station down here that would connect in and be able to connect out with another station. And I'll show you that right there. Station that we're looking at currently right here on the screen is this is the end, this is the one station, and I want a circle that'll bring everything around, kind of like how this goes in one end and it can go in the other end, and it could go either way. I want like an omnidirectional train track. That would be really awesome. So the first thing we're going to have to do is get rid of both of these blueprints and this little factory station right here. All it's doing currently is sending all of the waste into here. And originally I planned to make this some train track shenanigans, and then we can also have it that can stay the way that it is. So there's going to be a bit of train track spaghetti down here. And as we go along, I'm hoping that I can try to explain some of the train mechanics as I understand them today. And I hope that I can do that all without interrupting the stream of materials coming in and out, because I don't want to delete any of this stuff over here. So if we can avoid deleting anything, that would be good. Okay. First things to get started would be we have to get rid of these. Okay. I think these are both blueprints, and then this is just normal. And then this is my factory. So we could bring this storage box over to here. Let's do that now. And that should transfer over pretty quickly. Shouldn't be too long. We'll get rid of this and this. Okay. Straight, no. There we go. Grab that. And then grab this. Boom. Very good. So we've got that all lined up, and we're emptying that out. And then we want to take this away from here, this away from here. So all the overflow is just going to go into this, and then we can turn this off over here until this is empty. Okay? Same thing here. And we'll just run that dry. I feel like that's reasonable. Oops. Once that's dry, then we can dismantle everything without being worried about it overflowing and catching us off guard. This should be able to stay here because let's actually we'll run this because I want to save up on batteries for a little bit. Okay, we'll put all the batteries back into there. That's getting flowed there. And that's good. So we're looking pretty good here. I'm sure I could fit all that in my inventory, but I don't feel like it right now. And let's see how we're doing right now. There's 690 in there currently. And I think it's a 1-to-1 almost. So we'll be left over with some copper left over. That's okay. Put this in here. Yep. Okay. So we'll be left over with some copper, and let's let that run for a little bit. This iron node, we're gonna have to decide what we're doing with that, because the train is gonna want to go around that. That'll be annoying. Let's go empty our storage so that we can fit everything, and we're gonna have to decide what to do with these iron nodes. Store all, take this, and this, and this, these, definitely those. Everything else should be in our inventory already, so we're going to sort this, grab this, and be done. We can put both of those into the storage unit over here. Alright, now what we gotta do here? This is a train track, and both of them would run into this main train track that we're going to build somewhere in this area. Let's fill these in the way that I was hoping to fill them in. Yeah. Right, like that. And we can have a little bit of overhang off the cliff, but I don't want it to be too much overhang. Just enough. Just enough. Yeah. Okay. We'll put that down there. Okay. So, let's not fall down. We'll build some bars going up into that so that it looks like it's overhanging quite nicely. And then from here, we can go 1, 2, 3. Right? Yeah. And this can go 10? 10. Yeah, we'll go one more. And that should be that right there. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's see how fast this went down. I think we have all the copper nodes in that area. Alright, so we're already down to 62 on this one and 15 on the other one. So that's about as good as we're going to get. I'm going to go ahead and pick this up, pick that up. Nice. And now we can get rid of these. And this copper producer right here is going to get hidden down in this section down in here after we finish putting all the trains in. That's where we're going to put that. And that cleans up that whole area. Now, let's see. I think we can clean up this too. Yeah. Ooh, we've got space underneath if we need it. Let's see how full our inventory is too. That copper. Good. Okay. Now, the train stations are starting to look pretty spiffy here. That's good. Finally get rid of all this junk. Now, I think the challenge is going to be... How much is there in here? 1,000 still? Wow. I did not expect that. Oh! I would like to say, for those of you who are watching, and I might say it again later, I am going to be releasing a video soon. I've been editing, I've been working at it, and I'm excited to present it to you guys soon. But it's not ready yet. Maybe tomorrow afternoon I'll have it finished, and I'll post it on Monday. And I've got 2 or 3 shorts that I have lined up, but they're just not quite ready yet. So that's exciting news for the day. Now, let's see if we can put this right in the middle there. And then 1, 2, 3. It should be 5. And then 5 over. Where is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right here. Can we go 6? Right there. How much does that give us? Oh, that would be looking really good if it works. 3, 6. 3, 6 would be right in the middle there. Is that 6? That looks like 5 to me. 3, 5. I think that's a little short too. Alright, we gotta get rid of these here. Alright, I'm using the G function, which allows me to dismantle only one thing. It's a sorter thing. And it's really nice. I think the difficulty we're going to run into is lining. That's 3, that's 6 right there. That's 3 in 4, 5, 6. Pop. 3, 5, 6. 3, 5, 6. Oops, missed it. I think it was right here, isn't it? And then we can line that right up again. So now we've got a nice little circle here. We can delete these. I'm going to be using those Mark V belts in a minute anyway. Alright, so we got the trains all set up here. Take a sip of our coffee. Congratulate ourselves on the trains. We got a nice little round table here. I like it. Now, if we could run a secondary table on the outside, that might be interesting. we might be able to do something with that. See how that train could loop around if it wanted to? Yeah, I think that would be cool. Because it doesn't, but it could if it wanted to. I don't know how to do that though. I think I would want this to run into this side right here, and this to run into this side right here. But I would also want to have an extra line on the outside. Currently we're not using this line, so we'll get rid of that. And we'll run that. I think each one has to have two, doesn't it? Now don't get confused. This would have to have run into here and here. Or does it? Let's go down to the train right here. Can we put some more track pieces down here? I guess these are not tracks. This is building material. That telephone pole is going to have to get fixed too. I don't know if we're going to do that today. I just need to put it in a different spot. Let's pull this stuff up. It's in the way. It's definitely in the way. All of it. Get it out of here. Nice. Okay. And that just kind of is there. Now, we're going to grab this, and this can go away. This can go into here. It's not very pretty. And then we can just run this. Okay. There's a train car on that. That's why it won't let me go. Oh, I hope I didn't ruin something just now by doing that. Oh, my goodness. I did not, but it was definitely something weird. And now let's make sure that there's pathing. Yep. Right here. One. Switch over. Yep. Good. Yep. Good. And then can we put it on the other side, please? There's already a signal placed here. I don't understand the path signals. Bidirectional railways. I guess that does the same thing. But it says it loops into itself, so we're just going to get rid of it. We'll go like this and grab another path, because there should be only going one direction here. Okay, and then we want to have that coming out, and there's going to probably be one somewhere right here. Nice. Okay. Now, that's good. We got the new railway system set up, so we can get rid of these. Okay. And now this comes for the complicated part. All right. This does not have a way to get into this section here, so I think we need to grab the rail, put it on there. Oh man. No, don't get freaked out here. Okay. I know that it's complicated. Okay. But it's not that complicated. You should be able to come through. Yeah, it just doesn't like me. We could get rid of this. We don't need that. Yeah, that was trying to confuse it, wasn't it? Oh, and this is the signal for back here. Good. Now this can go... Whoa, that's not right. We're still going to need the same block signals, but it needs to come back into here. Okay. Now we can split this so that this is its own section, and then that should be good. Okay. You don't want, whenever there's a crisscross, that needs to be its own section, alright? So you can see, oops, sorry. You can see that this is all white here, and then this is all blue. We want this to be split as if it was its own section right here. But I put it in too close. We want, grab this. Yep, because it's going to be coming in. So we want it somewhere. Please let me put it down right where I want it to be. It wants to put it right after, but it needs to be right there. Alright? And then we need to put one right here to make this its own little section. Alright? So whenever you have a junction where two tracks go together, or two tracks cross over each other, you want to have a block path that boxes it in, essentially. So that's what's happening here. 1, 2, 3. And there's only 3 inputs. 1, 2, 3. And as long as that all matches up, you're really good to go. Okay? And they have a nice little coloring system for each little block that you've set. So we've got 3 sets here. Input and 2 outputs. Alright? And there's 1, 2, 3 block signals. And they're all facing the same direction. You can notice that. See, there's 2 green ones because there's no train on them. And then this one's red because there is still a train on that section right there. And then the train stops at the next available block signal right here until my next train moves on. And then we have the overlaps. So 1, 2 right there, 3, and 4 right here. So there's 4 block signals, and they're all facing the same direction. And they come in, and that's good. And as I said before, I don't really understand how the path signals work, but I'm pretty sure they're similar. If we grab the path signal right here and put it on there, it should split that into 2 sections. And then the train should be able to go either direction. Right now, because the rest of the signals aren't see, this is red because it's nobody can go backwards. But this says that you can, I think. I think that's how it works. And you'll also notice that now that I took that off, it's 1 section again. So whenever you take a section off, you gotta be careful that you're not making, oops, this is too close to the other rails. You gotta be careful when you take one off that you're not making it break into pieces that you don't want it to break into. This needs to be on the other side. So I'm going to place it down and then put that down on that side. And that should let it stay, and it keeps it all consistent. Alright? So there we go. We've got trains. We've got a nice little belt system. This is the input. It'll go through, bring it over, and just exit immediately and go into the other train system. Okay? This will come in this way, and it can just loop all the way around and go up the tower and over there. Alright, the tower is its own color. That's good. Then back here we have this train system, and there's an overlap, so we need 4 block signals, remember. Now I have 2 here because for whatever reason the trains are a little finicky and it wanted 2. So you got 1, 2, 3, and then, oh, see this? We didn't have the 4th one set up. And that should be fine because we have another system right there that won't let it get jammed, essentially. And then this is the exit right here. So it comes off and it can stop there and it can stop here. That way it has a little bit of time to settle in before it gets overwhelmed. Let's blow this up. That's in the way. Making it look like I didn't clean up this place before I started streaming. I didn't, so that's funny. Alright, we've got the aluminum making batteries. The aluminum is coming down this weird line over here. And I didn't like it because it was clipping with the trains there. Now, we've got the outer ring. I think reasonably we should be able to put a second track on the second row. So we skip one, and then we bring this all the way over to here. Do we have enough room for that, actually? 1 second. Oof, we might be in trouble here, guys. Because this goes right here. Yeah. Okay. Actually, we might just be fine. Alright. And if it clips a little bit with the mountain, that's okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Plug that back in here. Now see how that's going to be connecting there? That's no bueno, because it doesn't like it when objects overlap like that. So what we're going to have to do is run this track right here into here. Okay? Grab that, and then from right here we're going to grab right on the path signal, essentially. We take it and run it right back in. Okay? So the outside is going this way, clockwise, and the inside goes left, counterclockwise. Outside goes clockwise, inside goes counterclockwise. And there's going to be a whole bunch of overlap because of the way that this is going to be set up. But we should be good. Oof. Alright, this is counterclockwise, so I want it to be on that side. And there's a block signal there. And I don't want this to be on the outside, I want it to be on the inside. Okay? Now, if I placed this right here, then it wouldn't work, because it doesn't like it when we do that. I should be able to place it right on the side of there, but I don't know if it's going to work. And that's the way that I want this. Sometimes it lets you place it on both sides. Sometimes it just doesn't like you. Okay, now this system appears to be working, so I'm not going to complain. And that is counterclockwise, right? So that is good. Block signals for all of those. Get rid of this for a second. See what's happening. Alright. This has got an input there already. An input there. And then I'd like to break this into two. And put that there. Then that breaks that into two. And it looks like we're good. It looks like we're good, guys. Alright? So now, this can go all the way around this track and doesn't really lead anywhere. Right? This can go into this track and go around that way. And this can go into the outer track, because the outer track is actually going the direction that it needs to go. For whatever reason, this decided to quit. So, we're going to grab that. Put that on there. Oh, now we've got tracks. When you update it, it tends to break a little bit. Alright? So don't be too concerned about that. It happens. Now, this is where things start to get complicated, because we have so many different inputs. We got to be careful about where they go. Ah, see this? Ah. I don't necessarily need this line to come over and go around until later. Alright. So let's... Oh, I remember why that was there. This is actually the line that was going to lead to the outside. This is making up for that now. So we don't need that to be like that. Okay. Sometimes you can get away with just deleting a whole bunch of block signals, and it won't really affect things. So that's all green right there. And let's think about this. This goes on the outside. So we get rid of this one right here, and that's on the outside. Same thing right here. Get rid of this one. Then we're going to want this one to go in just a hair, if we can make it go in. Okay. Let's see if we can make it do that, please. And for whatever reason, the control button doesn't work when you're trying to make these go the way that you want them to be. And that cannot be nudged, okay? And then that has to go through there. So let's go like this, alright? We'll make it be a little bit longer in the inside, alright? Then, when the train gets arrived, it can decide, okay, wait a minute, I can't actually go through here. Nice. Let's move this around a little bit if we can. Okay, so now we've got 4 outputs. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 4, 1, no, 3. 1, 2, 3. And I want to move this one up a little bit so that that is a little bit smaller. And the same thing goes right here. But see, the lines are still clipping here, so we have to move this up a hair, and it doesn't like it when I do that. So we'll grab that, get rid of that. Then this one is saying red. Nope, should be good. Okay, sometimes you have to have both on there. For whatever reason, it just wants both. So we'll have them both on there. The logic of it can be a little bit strange. Re-update that, and put this, should be clockwise, so we're going to want a block signal on both sides on this one. Okay, let me go there. Good. Alright, so we've got block signals on all of them, and that is good. Alright, this has got 2 outputs, and that's got 1 input. Boom. Out. And this can... Why is this put into here? 1 goes out. Okay. And is there another output? That is going to have to connect with this one. That's where we're going to run into some fun things. Alright? So... because we're going to have to cross these over again, because we want the input for here, okay, to go into this line so it can go out, but we also want this input to run into this one. So I think the easiest way to do that is going to be something like this. Right here, we run an input into there. And right here, we run an input into here, okay? So that this line can go to this corner all the way around, alright? And it can do its thing, alright? Where does it exit? It exits right there, alright? And then if this one, yeah, I think that's good. That way they can turn around. Let's make sure that the pathing for this is correct. Basically, the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to throw down 2 lines on everything. And this one should be good. Nobody should be stopped. Why is this one stopped? Okay, let's see. I don't know if I actually need these lines here, alright? I'm trying to think of the logic in my head. This goes around and around and around and around until it exits through there. Okay? But if it wanted to, this would need to come out and into this section right here. So we do actually need to have this crossing into this one here. Let's look at how that looks right there. Oh man, this is going to get so complicated. And then this is going to also want to connect right there. Alright, we'll delete all of these and we're going to have to reset it. This is still good. That is still good. Those are still both good. Alright? And we're gonna set this to be right there. Why doesn't that like me? Alright. So that is still its own section, okay? And basically we just need to cut this one off. Please. There it is. Okay. And get rid of this. Once it gets complicated like this, you just have to let it be a little bit. There's our 3. Okay, that's a junction. That's a junction. This is too complicated, alright? Trying to put a railroad system in here, trying to put blocks and stuff, the game doesn't like it when the 2 of them overlap. So this is just going to be like a 6-way junction. And the closest I can get another block signal is right here. And for this one, similar idea, but I think I can get away with putting a junction right there. And that'll be good. Okay? Technically that would have to go on that side. Let's see. Let's grab this. Seems to be wanting another buddy. Alright. Yeah. I think I'm happy with this right here. Alright. So either one can go in and loop around. All the way. Goes in, comes around, it loops out. Goes in, comes around, and it loops out. Alright? Or this other way around. Goes in here, and it goes around, and it can come out that way. So either side can just turn fully around, which means that if it needs to turn around, it can do that, and then this also turns it around. So it comes in this way, and it goes directly back up to the other train station. Let's get our coffee out. I'm going to take a sip of Dr. Pepper, and that'll be really good. Are you guys happy? I hope so. Let's see what it looks like from a little distance. And then we could put something decorative in the inside. Ooh, those are all lined up. Look at how fancy that is. Let's watch the train come in and see what that does. That train circle is looking mighty fine as well, I've got to say. Oh yes, here comes the train. Those disembodied carts. Oh, got a body now. That's good. Dr. Pepper. The best. Huh. That's interesting. It took the inside route because the outside route would have taken longer. That's right. Actually, it doesn't have access via the outside route. if it went into the outside route, it would have been going backwards, which would be bad. We do not want it to go backwards. And the train knows that. The train has good logic. It can figure that out. Alright, now, we've complicated ourselves on this front right here, and there's more efficient ways for the train to go through anyway, so I'm not too concerned about it. Now, if we want to, we can send a train across this valley, which I kind of do, to our main base down there and connect it with that train track. See, that train is coming through. What do you think? I think we could do that. A lot of you are probably here because you like the trains, and I like them as well. So more train action, right? Just a second, I've got to take care of something on my mouse. It's being buggy. Okay. Is that better? Can you guys see that? That looks better to me. Buggy. The mouse. Let's see. This is gonna, the outside is clockwise, right? Yes, I'm trying to twist my head. Clockwise. Goes around there. Okay. Which means that we could run a line from here into this spot right here, if we wanted to. I think that would be good, because then it bypasses this train station, just in case one of the railroad wanted to get through quickly. Too long. And that is a bit of a stretch there. We can get rid of that, making me nervous. And that shouldn't mess with any of this stuff up here. Okay. Put that there. Then we grab this. We're going to run that to here. Alright. And we get rid of this here. Now, this is 3. Remember we said we need 4 for everything? We're going to put 2 stop signs down there. And then we can put one right in the middle there. That's 3. And that'll be fine up there, because the trains shouldn't be coming through here too long. Wait a minute, why is this not a different color now? Rain check on that. Okay, that's gray. Oh, because this is all white over here. Okay. Oh, but I don't think I want that. This needs to be a different path. Come on, right here. Okay. For whatever reason, it doesn't want to split these into 2 different colors, even though that it should be. That's better. Okay. Yeah, now it's good. It was just because we're both so similar. Sometimes that happens and it's a little bit weird. Can I take that in my inventory? No, I don't think so. And that's gonna take forever to unload. This is the one that I put down so that we could just dump all of our stuff in. Take all of the things that I want to keep out, and then run all those in. Then we grab another one, and we place it down. And at some day, we'll sort this, probably. Probably. I don't know. I mean, it's gonna be in our way in like probably 20 minutes, so we'll see how that goes. Alright. We need to move this right here out of the way, and then I don't know what to build in the center here. I'm gonna have to decide on that. But we want to run a train network at our main base. We've got a train going into there, and I haven't decided what I'm gonna load onto that. Probably aluminum, which would make it way easier if I put a train down here. We bypass that station, bring it down and around. Here, let me pull up the map. So right now we've got aluminum 1, 2, 3, and 4. Technically these are both 4, but they're on the same level there. Then the train track comes straight down, over and around. This is where we have our little loop-de-loop right here. Okay? And then what we're discussing is bringing a train track straight across this. We could make some form of a bridge. I just saw a really cool design. We could bring this down, connect it into here, have another connection up somewhere over here, and loop it around so that it could go into this. Then it's all connected, and then another train to go into this station, which I have not named, which connects up with our turbo plant over here. And we could have something going around our base. So let's go decide what we want going around our base. We could build some form of a road system. Do you want to, let's actually go ahead, bring up the blueprint, and we'll design some form of a bridge going across this water right here. Not water, I guess it would be system, whatever this system is. Can we delete this? No, it's alright. Bring up the blueprint designer right here. Boom. I don't know. Are you guys interested in that? I hope so. We won't take long. It won't. I'm not super meticulous. We won't take long. And then we'll get back into building trains, and we'll be setting them up. It'll be fun. Okay? Let's do it. Yeah, let's do it. We need concrete. I think that would be good. Let's start with some concrete foundations. And I want them to be 3 wide, all the way down. And we've already failed, because we should bring this up 1 level. So the foundation, grab that. Let's bring it up 2 actually. And then we can zoop this over. Good. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Grab this. Get rid of that. Okay. Now, we're going to go to the materials and make all of this concrete, because I like the concrete. And then we grab this right here. And would it be weird, oops, if I made it so that the train track is hovering? Because I know the auto connect is a little strange when you've got 2 rails right next to each other. You'd have to nudge it forward a little bit. So I don't know if that'll work or not. Oof. Alright, we do know that we want a block signal on the middle, on the outside, alright? Because the outside, this way goes that way. So these are actually opposites of what they should be right now. If I place this down, grab this, put this down here. It doesn't like the game works on when these are placed down, the tracks that is, they have little sections. There's little blocks, and on the once they're placed down all the way, there's less blocks, but yeah, we'll just place them both ways. Whatever. And then let's have something, I don't know, fun looking. Empty platform? No, that's not it. What is fun looking? Big pillar frames? The ramps? Ooh, that looks fun. Let's get the concrete. Factorio is better? Okay. Well, see ya, bud. If that's your opinion, you're entitled to it. I think Satisfactory is better, but I've never played Factorio, so, you know, sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it right now. Ooh, frame walls. Those would be good. And these small frames would be good too. We could put these on the outside. I guess I think he went. I don't know if he did or not. Can we put 2 of these and just have it like a chamber kind of an idea? Yeah. What if instead of the whole train track going across, we just build it like this, and then we put this. No, don't overhang, please. Can you overhang? Lost electric. The big metal frames. Big metal frames? Yeah. I don't know how that overhangs, because... What? I didn't know you could do that. That's really interesting, actually. Let's put the big metal frame right here. Oh, I just realized something. They're gonna be everywhere in there if I put them on both. So we need to put it in the center, actually. That's this one right here, isn't it? Okay. And then you felt bad. No, that's okay. You can have Factorio. I'm playing Satisfactory, so if you want to watch Satisfactory, that's what we're here for. No problem, bud. No problem at all. Put this over. Oh, that would be so... Let's do it. I like that a lot. But it's not full of anything. Can we put some form of a catwalk? No. What would we put on this? I am streaming right now. Can this be put at an angle? Can we put this in there? Let's do that. Sure, why not, right? No problem. Oh, that kind of looks pretty sweet. And then we'll put something big, feeling big. Can we put this right here? 1. Oh, but we can't rotate it? Oh, we can. Then we bring this over. Mini nudge. Yeah! Bring this one up. Nope. Back. Just like that. How does that look? I think that's good. Alright. Now, we're going to do the same exact thing on the other side, alright? Can we bring this over, or do we have to nudge it? I think we have to nudge it. Alright. Bring it back here. 1, 2. Split the difference. Oops. And then bring it over here. And bring this right here. And then we're going to place this down. Just like that. Bring it over. And now we're getting somewhere, guys. We're getting somewhere. And I won't be doing this much longer. I know you guys are interested in watching me build trains all over the world. So let's put this right here. Boom. 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 Put it in place. Just like that. I've never actually done any technical building like this before, so it's definitely new to me. I think we'd have to nudge that in. Bring it out a little bit. And then put that. Let's go like that. Just like that. And then we put this connector right here. And then nudge that in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. Put that down. Put that in. Okay. We're looking good. We're looking real good. And then I would like to put one... Oh, that goes at an angle. I didn't know that. Neat. But I want to put it here, actually. Put one there. Put one... Okay. Yeah, right like that. Put this right in here. And then right in there. Boom. Oops. Don't split the beam yet. Put this here. Boom. Okay. And then we're gonna need one more at the end here. Okay. And that goes one over. In. Just like that. And then we grab this little beam connector. We nudge that in. Oops. Placed it too early. Put that in. Put it in there. Yep. Yep. Looking fine. Looking real fine. And then we can run the columns down the center, just like that. Alright. Let's see. What about... I do really enjoy putting down some... Nope, don't put that down. I like having a little space for my belts to go through. So let's put 4 belts down. 2 going this way. Ouch, my head, ouch. Alright. 1. And then we'll bring 2 going the other way. Okay. Just like that. Oops. Oh no! It pushed me off. Okay. Oh, we missed it. We're gonna die. Oh! Ouch! Ouch. Okay. We missed. We lived. We lived. It happened. I think we can just sneak up this way. Alright. We're getting back to the building. So what we're gonna do. And then let's grab a power pole right here and run that over here. Yes, sir. That won't happen again, I hope. Oh, hey, that didn't come all the way to the end. Yeah, we'll have to delete that. Let's go like this. This is way easier. Put this down. And then we can run this all the way to the other end. Put that down. Grab this. Other end. And one more. Come on. Grab it. Put it in. Whoa, whoa. Easy there, bud. Easy. And then we'll have this frame kind of just split the difference. That looks a little clumsy. But we also have to think about the trains that are going to be coming through here. Is this tall enough for the trains? Oh man, we might have made a mistake. Well, I know how to fix it if we did. Oh yeah, that's definitely too short for the trains. Let's grab one and see. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I think we could let that slide. But not today. We're not gonna let that slide. No, sir. Instead, we're gonna get rid of all of it. And I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna go like this. Put this down. Not the vertical kind. Then we're gonna press H and nudge it down one whole step. I think that would give us the opportunity. Let's put these down just to make sure. Measuring this out correctly. Oops. Alright. Right in the middle. Straight on. Here we go. And then we just need to grab a train to see how it'll look. Okay. See that? We're looking just fine. Looking real good. Now, we need some form of a support for this here. And I don't want it. Let's nudge this back. Can we put a train car right here? That'll give us enough space to run a beam, a beam down, and then underneath all these, I think. So let's, I don't want that beam. I want to try the other beam connector. Is this? Ooh, that's kind of fancy. Excuse me. Yeah, that is cool though. Right here. Boom. And then we grab this down, up, over, up. And then we can run that to, let's say right there, I guess. And then this is a half a step in, because it's just a little bit overlapping. And then what does the beam connector look like when we put that on there? Oh yeah. That looks fancy. That is looking fancy. And then we can run another beam from the bottom. Okay. Wait a minute. We can delete this. Grab this. Alright. Just a second. Let's run this all the way down to the ground. Because why wouldn't we do that? Right? Does that look okay? And then we can run... We're going to have to nudge that down a little bit. Just a half a step right there. And then we can put the beam connector. I'm really starting to like these beam connectors, guys. That one went on. Why isn't this one going on? Well, we'll just have to go like that. Okay. That will look good. And then we can paint it. And as far as I know, the electric motor can still fit on there without clipping into anything, I think. Look at that. We are doing something. We can get rid of this. We don't need that. I kind of like having it open like that. But if we could run this down the middle. Wait a minute. Don't be freaking out on me. We will put this, run this up. Okay. And then we go like this. There it is. We can run these. Excuse me, I went off for a second. I'm back. Alright, let's see how this looks if we bring this down here. Oh, that's too wide. Definitely can't do that. Okay. Let's see. Let's go like this right here. Do we need anything in the center? Do we need that? I don't know. We don't need anything underneath because this is just gonna run around our base. We'll figure out connecting them later. So Now we need to run this right here. And I want it to run why doesn't this want to go like that? Yeah. See how this is doesn't want it to clip the other way. Wait, oh, we can just go like that. Yeah. Grab this and then bring it the other way. And then bring it up. Just like that. That's gonna look real smooth, especially when we paint it. Yes, sir. And then we can put a connector on each end, just like that. There we go. Oops. We'll grab it again. The beam connector. And then all of them will have the beam connector on it. Alright? Nope, not the beam connector. We need the painted beams. And then we'll color the painted beams whatever color we want to paint them. Alright? Up. Up. Beam connector. And then I'd like the beam connector to stay the same color. Okay. If that doesn't come out to this stopping point. We need that to come out to the stopping point here. Okay. Now we're good. We've got that figured out. What color do we want the theme to be? And what are we going to put up on the top? Is the big concrete better? I think so, because oh man, it's facing the wrong way. I think we can get away with it though. Yeah, we can get away with this. And then we'll run this all the way over here. And then I don't want to necessarily get rid of that. Like I don't want to overlap on that. So we could go right here. And then we'll nudge this one in. So it'll be overlapping a little bit. Good. Is that, how far overlapping is that? That's good enough for me. Okay. Guys, I think that will just about do. Oh, but this side. Yeah, we gotta fix that. For sure. Can't just let that go. This'll just be a second here. All the holograms overlapping is kind of driving me insane. Alright, here we go. Grab this, bring it up. There's no center one. And then I just bring that over, grab these connectors, throw them on there. Okay. I think let's just keep it the yellow for now. And then this gets deleted. And we wanted these to be concrete. So we run that through. Okay. And we don't have any support for the center, but I don't think we need it. Alright, let's save this as infrastructure something or another. Train rail. My caps lock was on and I'm not fixing it. We'll load it as green. Good. And we'll put down the train. Here we go. Nope. AIN. Equipment. Other. Parts. Rail. Okay, that's good. Select that as an icon. Save. Good. Alright, now let's run this across. We'll see what happens when we put multiple of these down in a row. We go over to blueprints, and it's going to be green train rail right at the top. Put that down as number 0. Okay, and it wants to be up really high. That's okay. Oops. don't want this to be good. That's lined up. Oops, too far. Up a little bit more. And a little bit nudged. What are we looking at here? Oh, apparently I didn't fill that out properly. Okay. Okay, that's definitely going to have to get solved because having it go up like that is just not okay. Can we run... Let's go to power. We have these wall outlet Mark IIs. And I know that the trains... automatically run power, but I might not have the trains right away. So I'm going to run the power right into there. So that when I'm going down, I can do it, and I can zip along the tracks. And that'll be really nice. Really nice. Alright. And then number 2, and I can run the train track right down the center, and it'll be very straight. But we need to bring up the blueprint designer again, and fix that problem that we were just running into. Alright, so we pull up number 0. Yeah. Okay. And then we nudge this down. Okay. Why is this overlapping on either end? Oh, maybe we need to go like this. Huh. Do you see this? Oops. That is lined up right there, but not lined up over here. That's really interesting. I'm not sure if I can set this to be correct either. Is this set to be correct? Yes. That looks to be lined up there. This might be more effort than it's worth because of the way that I set this up. This looks good. And then we can put that right there. And auto connect. And we can nudge this forward until those don't connect anymore. Place that down. Awesome. And we can connect the power right into... Oh, we forgot to put the power outlets in there. Well, I don't really want to go and fix that right now. So we'll just have to run the line as we go. Okay? Not the power line, that is the other line. Okay? The train line. We'll connect it. We'll put the auto disconnect or whatever it's called. And now that's going back and this is coming forward, and counterclockwise means that this will be the line. Let's grab it from here then. Yeah. Okay. Grab that. Put that right there. Oh, man. Yeah. We might be alright here. We might be alright. Oh, yeah. We're alright. And now, we're doing good. This is going to run in, and we have power going through. We're going to run this pretty far over there. let's get rid of this tower because it's not really doing anything for us here. Let's go dismantle that. And maybe we can run this tower actually as like a support system. That would be kind of neat. Oh my goodness, we've got a lot of viewers. Hello viewers. Thank you for coming and watching the Masterjimmi stream. We're having fun building some train tracks here. We're just gonna overlap those, unfortunately. And I'm not gonna try to overlap these. This will be just a good enough system for me now. Let's see. We want to bring this into there over there. So let's go over and check out what that looks like over there. Blueprints, launchy, launch. Grab that, place that down. Grab this, float over here and plug that in. And then we can drop into this hypertube. 1, 2, 3. Ah, that's enough. Alright. And then we'll grab this right here. If that comes straight over, that's right there. It can connect with this one. And we have this ramp going up already, so maybe we could ramp up and go over like that. I'm gonna fall down here. Okay. Don't die. Ouch. Okay. Nope. We didn't take too much damage there. Let's see how high we can fly up above this here. Oh, actually, yeah, we'll fly up. And then we have the disconnect for the camera. That will be good. And we can zoom in. Let's go like that. Alright. So that's our little barn railway system right there. And that's coming straight down to this one here. They are not going to line up. That one's significantly higher, despite what it looks like. And then we can bring it down into this station right here, which we have a system for. And then I want it to loop around this whole base. So we've got that blueprint set up, and that won't take us long. But I kind of want to do it all together. So we'll set up the next thing, which is going to be a series of pillars going all the way around this area. And building a circle for it, I think is going to be pretty difficult. I think that's going to be the hard part. By the way, this is my building right here. This is what I've been working on recently. This is my main base. I've got the space elevator here. I've got some train stations for the plastic and the rubber. I've got a whole this black tower right here is all manufacturing. And then this is all assemblers in this building. On the far side, you can't quite see it, but right there at the crosshair is all steel production. And then on the far end of this space elevator is copper production. Excuse me. Had some Dr. Pepper. Ah, yes. Ah, so good. So tasty. Very good. We got a launch tube to go up to our aluminum production up there. Now, we've got this Norberbersk plastic and rubber right there. And that's bringing in plastic and rubber. That's all it does. And that just loops around. So I'm not sure we'd have to connect it to the main railway system, but I'd like to, at least in the future. So when we do that, we want to build that in. You know what? I've decided just now. Let's fly over to the other station. We'll build the rail system over. Oh, that was too many. Can we grab the power? Yes, sir. We got caught. So if you're got a lot of momentum, the wings actually cancel momentum, and you can use that to your advantage. Give me it right there. Put that down and over. That's lined up. Now we just bring it down a little bit and nudge it forward. Is it lined up? says it is. Let's bring it up one. Okay. Why does it yellow? What is it clipping into? It says it's clipping. I don't know what it's clipping into. I do not know. Oh, wait. Are the lines all connected correctly? It says auto connected. I couldn't tell you what it means if it doesn't connect. Alright, let's run this power right over to the other edge. Oh, that's so straight. I love it. Let's grab this again and we can put it here. We'll nudge this over towards us again. One more. One more. Over this way, maybe. Out and down. Okay. Oh, too far. And then we need to line up a little bit better. There you go. One more. There. Ooh, we might not have lined this up correctly. I don't think it'll matter that much in the long run. Will it? That's alright. For those of you who weren't here at the beginning, we're setting up trains, as I already said. We did a whole bunch of work with this circle right here. We set all that up today. And we kind of went over some basic blocking and train signals so that our train station can keep running. And yes, last stream we built these two towers. This is running. At the very beginning we fixed some problems that were happening with this one that I had discovered while we were not streaming. So I just wanted to say that I got that all fixed and you guys don't have to worry about it. It's okay. It's all fixed. And then we also automated batteries. Currently that box right there is running the aluminum casing over, and we're not producing any aluminum casing, or actually more importantly we're not producing any of these plates, so we should actually just go like this. I just realized that that might be a problem for me in a minute here, because we're putting down so many of the belts, and they use the aluminum. Yeah, see, this is uploading right now. Let's go open aluminum. We had used 400 already, so that was a close one. We can all stop sweating for a second. It'll be okay. All right. Let's go plug that in. It's just gonna make it feel a little bit more connected, I think. Yeah, that one wasn't the same as the previous one. Then we're gonna run this. If you guys didn't know, quick tip for you. You could switch between build mode and dismantle mode. You can switch between the different modes by pressing R. And in blueprint mode, you can select a whole blueprint, which is what this is. And then you can the middle mouse button, so the wheel, you click that, and that auto selects the whole thing, and then you can have the blueprint highlighted, and then you just move it to where you want it to go, please, or somewhere right on that. Then we can nudge it into place by pressing H and then the arrow keys and the up and down page keys, just like that. And I could tell you right now, nudging up and down has saved a lot of time on my part. Oops, not that way. That way. We're gonna nudge this out until that disconnects. Right like that. And then we can press the click, place it down. All of those will connect because it's auto connect. We'll run this, clip that into there, grab this, and run that over to the corner here. And I'd guess we'd have to do that 6 more times before we're close enough that we can start looping it down to wherever we want it to go. Place that, 1, 2, 3. Something like that. Is that lined up the right way? No. Now it is. Now it isn't. Now it is. Out, down. Right like that. And over. Just like that. I guess those are lined up. We gotta go one more down. There you go. Out. Oh. It doesn't look straight to me, but it is. Why? What in the world? It's weird things happen sometimes, guys. What? Okay. Oh, it's not lined up. That's what I thought. Now, this is still perplexing to me. Okay, that is straight. And one more over. Yeah, there you go. Now we figured it out. Grab this and sling it through just like we've done with all the other ones. Place it. And we're going to have to run some block signals in here. Otherwise, this could get a little tricky. Uh-oh. See how this went to the side a little bit? You know what? I don't like it when that happens. So we're going to just delete that whole thing. And one way that you can avoid that is by pressing Control when you're selecting it on the board there. To bring this down and bring it over again, just like we've done. Up, forward. How far can we go? Right there. And that should fix that problem because Control sets it with the other one and it'll make it auto connect and snap in. Okay. Alright, let's go grab one more. Now, the other thing, you can't quite just press Control on here and make it work. It doesn't quite work like that. Oops. Case in point, whatever that... What? What? It does! Well, now we know. And I could just nudge that out. Oh my goodness, that's so much easier. Well, I did that by pressing Control, like I was telling you guys to, and it worked. So, you know, that's shocking. Place that down. Bring it around. Whoop-de-da. Here we are. So straight. Oh, it's so straight. I think we're at 3 more at this point, and we said 5. So, I apologize for my incorrectness. Nope. Go back to that, please. Click on that. Bring this forward. For whatever reason, this one isn't clipping on anything, so that's okay with me. And connect. Grab this. Loop this through. Verse 2. Same as the first. Grab this. Connect it right like that. Press H. For whatever reason, this one's connecting or clipping on something. We don't really know what. Oh! There's a couple more viewers. Hello, new viewers. I always get excited about that. I'm still pretty new at all this, and I'm very thankful that you guys are all watching. I'm excited to be starting some of this Satisfactory business. It's pretty fun. And I've got some announcements for you. Some of you have already heard this, maybe, but I've got a video coming out, and it should be coming out on Monday, if you guys want to check that out. I'd really appreciate it. Yeah, it's pretty good. I've got some ideas that I haven't seen on YouTube yet. It's going to be pretty neat. You should get hyped about it, because it's going to be so good. Not really, because I'm new, so don't expect the world of me. But if you guys came and checked that out, I'd appreciate it. Ooh, I just realized something. This belt, they're both overlapping. A little bit of overlap is okay. I'm probably the only YouTuber who would say that. Most YouTubers, I guess except for maybe Let's Game It Out, he's pretty neat. He doesn't... Can I nudge that? Oh, silly. He likes the spaghetti monster. Yeah. Put it right like that. Hopefully that gives me power. Nice. And we did test this, but I just realized that we haven't run a train in here yet. What does that actually look like? Oh, that is actually so awesome. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We like it. I love it. There's not much of a view in here, but once I can escape, go like this, and zoom out, that'll be what it'll look like. Can I delete that? Come on. Give me that. Yes, sir. That's what I want. Do we want to connect these? I feel like that wouldn't be that difficult. Just one. We don't even need all four. I think that would be okay. We're still connecting the pillars on the top, though. That's kind of undisputed here, I hope. You guys can dispute it if you want, but I'm still gonna put these top parts on here. Alright, and put that there. Is this going to the left a little bit? I think it is. That one is. Yeah. Weird. I think that's just a matter of clipping. I don't think that's actually the game saying that it's going off to the side. But I don't know. I don't know enough about this game. But I am having fun, I'll tell you that. Alright, bring this over. Come on. Connect this in. Grab this. We're doing the same thing again. And then, after I get this one over, let's see what we can do by grabbing one of these platforms. Let's see how many it takes to get to the other side. Right here. Okay. So I'm going to run this line over just so I can fly. Alright. Now each of those were 5. And we just put down 10, I think. Right? This is 10. And then at the end of this is 10 again. So that's 20. Alright. We've got 20 lines coming over. And then it'll connect in here somehow. That looks like it's about lined up. So we're going to go vertical. Grab that. And it's about 12 down, I think. Would you say? That seems like it's lining up. Then let's grab this again. It's 11 down, alright? And then 12 is the top. Cool. So we go like this. Yep. We fly up as high as we can. We grab this. Connect it with this right here. Alright, so what we need to do now is we need to basically build a bridge that brings this down, which means that I need to have the V just like we have it there. And I think the best way to do that would be, I think this top one is a 1. Can we do that? Let's see. We grab a 1 and we're gonna nudge that into there. And then we can bring that down 4. And then we'll go down to a 2. Yep. And we'll bring that down. Unless, you know what? In this undefined, we have something that is really awesome that I built. Just saying. Train loop up and down. This is a monstrosity, actually. But this is what it is right here. It's the train towers that you guys see over there. It requires an insane amount of steel. I can only build one at a time with the current setup that I have for the dimensional depots. But that is the train loop up and down system. And the top is a little iffy and the bottom is a little iffy because they don't connect with anything easily that I have in the world right now. But they do work. And I could connect it in with our system that we have down there. The other option is we can start a little bit sooner or a little bit, yeah, let's start a little bit sooner actually. We just get rid of this one and we bring this down and then we go down to the 2 and then I think the 4 is too steep, isn't it? I'm not sure. Once we get that sorted, we'll see where we're at. So I'm gonna fly back over here. Grab the ones. I think we'd want one concrete coming out. And then we customize this right here. Boom, boom. Grab this. And then we go like this. 4. And then we grab the same concrete for the 2s here. There you go. And then we zoom down. Oh, I don't think. Okay, let's get rid of some of these right here. We have 2, 3, 4. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 actually. And then can we go down to the 4 ramps? Come on now. Right there. That's 10. Okay. And then we can go. Let's get rid of these 3 here. Grab that. 1, 2, 3, 4. This might be a little bit too steep. We'll see what it looks like when we're done. And then we can ramp that. Problem is, we're gonna have to loop this around. So that'll be fine. We can do that. Let's get rid of these, fly back up here, and then we'll see what it looks like when we put the track down onto it. Alright. Okay. It's gonna clip a little bit into there, but I'm okay with that. And then railroad track is too steep. Ouch. Oof. Is it really? It doesn't like anything but the 2s. The 2s blues, guys. Grab this and run this down. How far does that bring us down? Okay, please don't hurt me again. It did. Alright, we'll put it right here in the middle. Okay, we placed it just in time. That's silly. Okay, now we've got that placed. Doesn't like that I don't have power running all the way through. This is where we should be, down here. But I think this is going to be good. Alright. Let's see where this brings us. Alright, I'll tell you what. We were right. Oh! We could still fly up here. Let's go up here, and we'll delete one more station. Alright, ready? One more station is gone. Then we'll run this out by just the one, like we said. Then we'll grab 4 of these, just like before. Now we've got it all measured out. And we'll run this down 10. And then another 10, I think. Is that right? That feels right. And then we're going to have this massive little train track that's going to be fun. I try not to delete anything unless I know where I'm going to put it. Because, not where I'm going to put it. Try not to delete anything until I know that I'm not going to delete the wrong things. Which is why I like the ability to filter out what I'm taking, what I'm deleting. Because you never know when you're going to click on a building that you didn't know was vital and then lose all of your power. And the whole station collapses and then people are sad because, wait, why is this whole station collapsed? I would be very sad anyway. When the whole thing comes down. Let's see. We'll run this over here. Just like so. Alright. Can we run the... Yeah, well, oops. Foundations, ramps, 1, 2, 3. And tell me right now that these are on the same level. They are not. That's actually fantastic. So I guess we'll just have to clip it through. I don't like doing that. But it is how it is going to be. And then how do we want to divert it? Can we just bring this one over into here? No, it'll be the far one that goes into here. So we'll have it split right into... Oops. Split right into there, and it'll come up to here. Let's bring it over one more, because that's where it's going to be. Right here. Grab that. Pretty much like that. Technically, that's not clipping. Technically. And then this is going to want to connect into this one right here. Which doesn't seem to want to happen here. Alright. Because that is all... So we can actually go like this. And break this right here. And then we can grab that and bring it up. See what that looks like. Yeah. Oh, but we can bring this up a little bit. So it doesn't have to be on the same level. And then we could switch them. And this could keep going down. And the other one could keep going up. Yeah, I like that. Why? Right. Keep this on H. And we just have it keep going down on the we'll build to the track, I think. Yeah, we'll build to the track. Why did I lose power there? Nobody knows, but I did. Grab all of these unhelpful things and run this down here. Well, we're just gonna leave it like that. Alright, that's gonna be good enough. It seems reasonable to me. And I'm just now realizing that these are actually now connected. Alright. And we put this right here. I don't know. The problem is, yeah, we put it on the right way. And now we can start blocking all the signals going in. Okay. This just allows the trains, if there's a blockage somewhere, to be going the right direction. And for them to not collide with each other. So for long straight highways like what we have here, it's okay if every once in a while you put one down, but you don't have to put them down super frequently because they're so the line is straight. There shouldn't be anything colliding. Did that go on that side or that side? It went on the wrong side. We'll grab it. So yeah, you don't have to put block signals everywhere on this track here. It just every once in a while. I'm skipping every other blueprint here. Ah, again. That's okay. And let's put one more down right at the beginning here. Right there. Boom. And then we want one, see how this is colliding over here? We want one on the other side. And we want one connecting. Breaking that into 3 here. And this should be on the outside. Right like that. So there's the 3 block signals, 1, 2, 3. And that's for the 3-way junction. We can get rid of that. And this is already good here. But we can put that down just to be sure. And get rid of that one. And then put one right there. Okay? So there's 4 right here. See, this is a 4-way junction. 3-way, 1. And then that's 4 right. No, that's 3. I'm sorry. Because there's that right there. Coming in. Good. Then we're going to need to get rid of this blueprint here. That was just for temporary. And now, because this is going around counterclockwise, alright? So this train can come in and go around and go down, alright? And it goes down and it can loop around, but there's no way for it to come back up, alright? So in order for it to come back up, we're going to need to connect it into this one, which should be going clockwise. This is clockwise. Yes. Goes around. Sorry for making everyone dizzy. And then it goes up in here. So right here, we need to grab a line and make it line up right here like this. Can I go all the way over? Oh, yes. We can do that. Then we're going to just put these all the way down the way. I think that is lined up. And since the trains can be so long, I can just keep flying. I'm going to put it here. And then we can keep going. Because we have them all set up already. Boom. And good. Yep, put it right here. Boom. Alright, we're gonna have a train system through here, guys. This is pretty awesome. Right through there. And I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna leave that right there like that. Okay. And we grab a block here. We grab, put this here. Zoop, right? 4 down. Then we line that all the way down. There we go. All the way down. And we said that we want to load that out a little bit at the top, the bottom, so that, come on, give me that. Okay, gave it to me. This still goes down, and this is going to connect with the other line, and it's going to go like this. Oh, it's too long, huh? Okay. It says it's too long, but I'm not convinced. Yeah, see what I mean by I'm not convinced? Is it wants one to be like that. Oh, but then it's gonna be clipping. I don't like it. Get rid of these here. Put that down again. Oof. What do we do? I'll tell you what we do. We get rid of these right here. We still need the ones, so those are all ones. And then we grab this right here, and we put that down. We bring that over a little bit, and then we can line that into here. Just like so. It's still too long because we miscalculated there a little bit. Now it's not too long. We can grab that, put this into this spot right here. Then it can go up and up again. Up again, please. Boom. See how bad the clipping is. Not bad at all. Guys, not bad at all. And then we bring it all the way up here to about that point where it's going to go over this little hump, and then it's going to go over this hump again. And then it's going to connect in. And now, there it is. We have ourselves a very Merry Christmas indeed. That's all blue, and the tracks lined are all on the outside. Uh-oh. It says we've been playing for 2 hours. Oh my goodness. And there it is on the stream. That is 2 hours of streaming. Just like that. What a good use of our time. Oh, and that's not even going to be clipping. I like it. Are these on the outside or the inside? Oh man, I really built these long, didn't I? These are on the inside. So that is another thing to keep in mind when you're building anything, really, is that you want to be consistent with where your poles are. This is going this way. This is going up. Okay? This is going down. And it goes into this. And it goes over there. It comes up. So we also need to have one going down to this spot down here somewhere. Yeah, somewhere like that. That's too close. Can we loop this up into here? Okay. Yeah, that's good. We'll grab that and we'll put it right there. Oops. Okay. That looks ugly, but I think that it works, alright? I know that it looks ugly, and then we want to also have that opportunity, or so it would be called, for this track right here. Alright? So now, all these tracks can go any which way that they want to go. the outside. This goes right here. Alright. Now it doesn't matter inside or outside blocking signals. This system works, alright? So if the train wants to enter into the system, it can... no, if the train wants to leave the system, it can. It go up this way. And if this train wants to enter the system, it can by coming down and going in, alright? So train enters, goes in, and then it can come back out, alright? And if the train wants to go straight, it can, and it can go down this way and exit. No, it can't exit on this side. It can only enter on this side. And if it's going backwards, it can go the way that it wants to go. So it can go backwards or forwards. The train should never have to go around this way and come out this way. That will never happen. But it can enter in this way, and it can exit in this way. No, it can't exit this way. It can enter that way. And it could enter... I think what I may have done here is I need to not have this here. This needs to go onto the other side. Yeah, I think that's right. That's what it should have been all along. It's okay. We can go like that. These things can get so complicated so quickly. This is not correct. This should have been entering where that was. Right there. Yeah, that's better. So now the train is coming out and it's leaving this way, and it's entering that way, and it's entering that way, and it's leaving from that side. No, it's entering this side and leaving that side. Wait a minute. Wants to go in, and it wants to go in. Okay. It can only exit on this side, and it can only enter on this side. But it can enter from either direction. Yeah, we've got it set up the right way now. Now we just need to figure out blocking. Excuse me, guys. I had to take care of some things here. Alright, let's make sure that the blocks... This is still blocked correctly. And we can go like that. And then he can keep going, please. And we just need to fix this one right here. Because we want to. This needs to go on the other side, right like that. That's blocking it from doing this the way that we want it to. Then we block that because it's coming in, and we can put this right here. Okay, now that's good. I'm not sure. This should still work, actually. We'll take this up. It's kind of silly that this is clipping like it is, but that's okay. And then we put that down right there. There it is. Okay, and that just doesn't want to cooperate because it's too close in. That's coming out. Okay. There it is. Now we've got it. Make sure that that's all set up. Okay, now that is a mess right there, but it works. Doesn't it? I think it does. Okay, 3, 3, 1, 1, 1, 1, 4, and this would be 4, but it's okay. 3 and 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4 threes, and then these 2 would be 4s, technically. But because we have it, this is so high up, it's okay. And now it doesn't matter which way the trains go in or out. They are all good. And we have our Christmas tree of blocks everywhere. And it's brilliant. I wish there was a way to decorate with these better, but I don't know what it is, if there is. I'm reasonably happy with how that turned out. Let's get rid of this here. I think that would be reasonable. Delete all of this here. Please don't delete anything else. G for the foundations. Good. Now we've got it. One second. Here it is. And we don't need to put any foundations down. Let's make sure that this is all connected up. We can delete these here. Good. And then we should be able to go like that. And it'll be a little bit weird because it's not going to be in line with the rest of the foundations. We'll see how that looks. Not terrible, but I think it would be easier. Can we put the foundations down in between? That would be better, I think. Let's try that instead. Let's do that. Okay. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alright. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay. I'm gonna plug this in here. We're gonna plug this right here. Alright, we're almost done, and then we can move on to the next thing. We wanted to run a train station around our base, I think is what we said. Put that on there. And when we go and try to do that, we're going to have to think about how we set up the train foundations for that too. Because this took us a minute, and I don't know if I have enough time tonight to do that the same way. Let's run along the top here. Probably would have been smart to run like a Mark 1 belt or something. Mark 5 belt along the top so that we could skip along. This comes in, right? Yeah. And that's a different line. Yeah, that's on the outside. We can put that anywhere along here now. We'll put it right there. Click that. I like how that changes colors. And some of these colors are actually really pretty. Really pretty. We just need 2 more blocks, I think, would be good. Oh, Charlie horse in my leg. Ouch. There you go. And that looks like we've already got one right there. And we have that whole mess of Christmas trees down there. That's going to be good. So, Now, if I want to drive a train from here all the way up to the aluminum production, we can. So let's do it. We'll grab a train and we'll place it down in our little court down here. Okay. Put our jetpack on, fly down there. Boom. Just like that. We're smooth with it, guys. Smooth with it. This comes in and it exits there. So the train behind us is going to be blocked for a second. That's okay. We'll zip around through here. And up. And to the left. Good. Awesome. Awesome. All the way up. Oh, we could have turned on self-driving. We'll do that on the other end. We'll see how it does. Okay? I think we labeled that as plastic in and out. And it should pop up. Oh my goodness, there's a huge bug on my windshield right here. We have to go this way. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh, we almost just killed a whole bunch of people. Went way too fast through that whole section there. This should be going up. Are we going up? No, we are not. Why is this? I think that we're on the wrong track here, guys. We are definitely on the wrong track. Are we on the wrong track? I think we're on the wrong track. We'll know as soon as we get it up to the top. Yeah, we're on the wrong track. How do we stop that from happening? We're gonna have to go to the top. And one of these trains is gonna be facing us here. See that? Yeah, okay. Well, we're gonna get rid of that. Which track did we come in? Please stop moving so I can dismantle it. Thank you. Okay. Gonna fall all the way down. And this came in here, goes over here, and is in the wrong, it's entering the wrong station here. Why? This is the one that's given me the most trouble so far. Of all of them, that one has been giving me the most trouble. This needs to connect into here. Just like that. Okay? Because this goes clockwise on the outside. Remember? We said that. It goes clockwise. Which means that when this goes out, it needs to connect in with that. Okay? Which means that this one needs to connect with the inner one in here. How do we do that without making a huge mess and not connecting it here? We do want this to be connected clockwise, goes right clockwise around, goes over and goes up the hill. Are you just loading? You should be fine. Don't get panicky in here. That's just loading. Okay. I'm panicking a little bit here, guys. It's okay. We're gonna figure this out. This needs to run straight to here, which means it's gonna overlap a little bit on that. Is there any chance that I can run this one more pace? Okay. Please. Please, please, please. Can I do that? And then run that in here without it touching this? Goodness me. I don't think I can, actually. Oh, because it's just going to want to connect in here. Well, here comes the mess of blocking signals here. Alright, we can immediately fix that junction. And this is counterclockwise, so that goes on the outside. That's good. That's good. And then we need a block signal right here. And this comes down, it goes all the way around, and it connects back in with that. This does not actually need to happen anymore. Okay. Yes, that is how that'll work now. That is, okay, yes, that is correct. And that is also correct. Let's get this out of here, and this out of here, and that. Okay. And then that is just going to be a mess, and there's nothing I can do about it. That's fine. This comes, pulls, it goes in, and it could go around, or it goes over here, and it goes into this station there. Alright? And this could have go like this, because it's counterclockwise. Wait a minute. Don't, I'm getting confused. No, please. Alright, this goes up, and that means it needs to be on the counterclockwise. There's no reason for it to ever be on the clockwise one. No, it needs to be on the clockwise one. Clockwise. Counterclockwise goes this way. And there's no reason for it to go up the hill right now, right? No, there could be, if it wanted to go straight up the hill. But we don't need that, because right now there's no reason for it to bypass that system. Now, coming from up there, we're going to go around this loop. Alright? All the way around the loop. And that does not allow us to enter into here, which is why we need to put this in here right there. Okay, so now it can go in and directly go into the station. Alright, now what we need to do from here as well, not carefully, just very carefully, is grab from the clockwise and connect it in with one of these right here. Okay. Grab this. And connect it in here. Because if we want to come up clockwise over and go straight up that hill, now it'll be connected into the right spot to do that. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's all green. That is good. And I don't really, I'm going to keep that there. I like my Christmas tree block signals. And if it wants to go directly into the station, it can. Alright, it goes right over, can go straight, and this can cross over as it should be. Alright, and now here's one thing that you should know. Alright, there's technically 4 inputs and 4 outputs. That hasn't changed. But now one of the inputs is going to 2 different outputs. Okay, do you see that? So you still only need 4 block signals. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that one's just a random one that's just sitting out. So we can get rid of that one. And we're still in business. So from the top now, we've just come up the hill. And we're going to get in our motor. Nobody's coming through. Yeah, we're going to stay straight. Go through here. And he's loading at the dock. Now we can go all the way around. Oops. Stop. Stop. we go back. Because that is not the way we wanted to go. Okay. No, stop. Stop. Okay. It's not stopping. We gotta come back all the way to here. Now we can go straight forward and go up the track that we wanted to go up originally. And that guy can move forward. Yep, we're on the right track here. Now we're on the right track. Now we've got it fixed. Alright, keep going forward though. Don't stop on my account. All the way up the track. Loop-de-loop-de. A concrete example. I'm sure that I've already gotten that reward, but we'll go and check that out in a second here. All the way up. Upsies. Here we go. This is a long hill, I forgot. I try not to do this too many times because it's so dizzying. You'll get barfing. And now we're on the right side. Okay. We've done it, guys. Let's go around this track, and then I think I'm going to be calling it a night soon. Because I've got some stuff. I'm going to church in the morning, so that'll be my morning tomorrow, and then I can probably stream after. We'll see how that goes. Probably be good. This is the right way to go. I want to bypass the station. Good. Nobody's at that station right now. Oh, we definitely need to get rid of that tree, but we can't do it just yet. Straight on. That needs to get blown up too, right there. I need to go through and make sure that this track is clean, because we have not cleaned this track yet. Not all of it, anyway. And it's not the most straight thing in the world either. Ooh, excuse me. Yeah, that's a lot right there. Because it's not straight because I was building it off of I wasn't building it off of a set build. I just kind of placed it down wherever I thought was the most straight. Which is what led to things like this track right here, where it kind of bobs and weaves back and forth. Let's see how this goes right up here. It's gonna go around this turn. We'll see how that goes. This is all just straight track that we built. Good. Turn left. This was a bit of a confusing little nightmare right there. I remember doing that the other day. And then we can go down this track and we'll be back at the loop again. And I want to take from the loop all the way down to the plastic and oil refinery. That's where we're going to go next. Alright. And oh, there's a train on this track right here. So we can go down this rail because he just moved on. All the way around. Now this is the second tower of twisting and turning that I built. Wait a minute. Why? Oh, because I deleted it. Okay. Wait. Now we gotta decide. We want to go left, right, because we want to go to the counterclockwise one. Why? Okay, go back a little bit. Let's try to figure something out here. Clockwise should never run into this one, ever, because that would be backwards. So this track right here should not exist, alright? This should only ever go into the counterclockwise, this way, and this track should only ever run into this one, because it goes up, right like that. This is clockwise one. Yes? Yeah. Clockwise should run into that track right there. And this one should run into this one and into this one here. Yeah, that seems about right. Now, let's see about this. This should not be a track right here. Okay. Now, I know it's yelling at me a little bit. This runs into there, and this runs into here. This runs into there, and this runs into there. Okay? So now, if I enter in here, I can go... No, sorry. I'm going to enter into this side and go around and come out. Or I can enter into this side and go... No, sorry. I would be going... entering from... I think we messed this up. Let's get rid of these. Right now, we know that this is correct, because that runs into there. Okay? So we just came down from this side. We run into that inner track and go around. And if we want to, we can go into the clockwise one that goes around like this. Alright? Now, what we need to have is from the clockwise one right here. Please turn around. We'll get rid of these in a second, because some of them are messed up. Clip that into here. Alright, clockwise runs up into there, and then we need the counterclockwise one right here. Because this is running into that. Yeah, that's right. Yes! Yes! We did it! This is the way that it should be. Alright? And then we can just delete this, and that guy could go forward. Theoretically. Now, as far as clipping all of this and breaking all this up, the best way I think that we could do this is to split it down the middle if we can. Can we do that? Okay, no. Let's not be hasty. And I think we're just gonna keep it at simplicity right now. If there's anybody on this track, then it just turns red. Let's see, this should turn red, and this would be red at the same time. Yeah, I think that would be true, because it's all one block. And I'm just going to leave it at one block, because trying to separate all these tracks, they're too close together. So I don't even want to bother with that. And it's not going to hurt anything. Oh, I almost just crashed that. I do want to see if this is blocked. It should be blocked. I don't know why it's not. Oh, because this is still open. Yes, that's right, actually. Let's run onto this track right here and stop right there. Let's fly up. That's open, but this is closed. Okay, is it green on this side? It shouldn't be, because that's on the wrong side. That's why. This is blocked this way. Yes, okay. And we'll make sure that that's blocked on that side as well. And this is blocked. Yep, that's good. And then going in this way, it is blocked. Good. We're going to get in our locomotive, and we're going to go straight, and then we're going to turn. Excellent. And now we're good. And they should all... Oops. Wait a minute. Brake. Stop. Whoopsies. Are they still moving? Or is it just because they're slow? Do we have an aluminum sink for this? That's good. So why is it slow? Is it just slow? Maybe there was like 3 of them all lined up at the same time. I bet you that's what it was. That really does look like a covered bridge, doesn't it? Like one of those old-fashioned covered bridges that you see sometimes. Alright, let's find our train wherever that ended. Right up here. Good. And we get in it. We're gonna keep going forward. Click that over. And we're gonna slow down a little bit because we want to follow that train that just went down there. Okay? Good. Awesome. We did it. That's one of the drop pods that I got way early on, but I never deleted it, which is a practice that I've started to pick up a little bit more. Getting rid of the drop pods that I've already gotten. Plus, I guess if I'm going to be YouTubing and doing this stuff, people aren't going to... They might not want spoilers, so it'll be good. I'm just about ready to get this going here. I want to get the railway around my system, my whole factory over there. We'll have to think about that and lay that out. This is the... We gotta slow down. This is the entrance to the refinery, plastic and rubber. So blue is for plastic and gray is for rubber. Wow, that's really just not slowing down, is it? Yep. Delete that. Wow, that went fast. Oh man, look at this animation. It's so smooth. Yes, sir, it is. I like it. Yes, sir. Oh, yes. There it goes. Off on its way. And we know that we can get around now. I'll probably run through the track one or two more times just to be sure. We've got all the extra fuel is being processed right here. This is all making the heavy oil residue. Oh, you know what I could do right now? Actually, heavy oil residue is being turned into fuel right here. But we have, in our production, we have this blender now. So we can place that down. And now we gotta go to the MAM and go into the hard drive. And I just saw that we have, I know we have quartz purification, but it takes nitric acid, so I'm not ready for that yet. But I have the diluted fuel recipe for the blender, which takes 50 oil residue and it makes 100 fuel, but we need water. And I'm going to click to that, and then we can enter the blueprint here. Diluted fuel. How many? I think it's 100 per minute. Let's get some water, and then we'll run some of this heavy oil residue. I don't remember how much this is making actually. 20 per minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 200, which means we could run 4 blenders off of it, I believe. 4 blenders? Yes, 200. That's times 4. 50 times 4 is 200. And that would be 400 water. So that's 2 overclocked water machines running this. And then we're literally doubling the fuel output for this side over here. And that would be really nice, little boost in extra power here. Because each of these is making 500 megawatts. We have them double overclocked. That one's not. All the rest of them are. No, they're all at 2. Because they're making the 40 and this is making 40. But this, see, this takes 60, makes 40. The blender recipe takes 50 and makes 100, so it doubles it rather than reducing it, because it goes down 20 in this one. So that's a really nice recipe. I'll have to look into doing that just for a little bit of extra power. I don't think there's any sulfur over here, which we could make the turbo fuel with, unfortunately. I think that the closest one is going to be this one down in here, but we've got that running to make the sulfuric acid up in the top. Yeah, this one right here. And then there's one right there? Man, we could have grabbed that. Actually, we probably still can for our aluminum production over there, making batteries. We could make quite a few more batteries per minute. Man, that one's far up there. And a dismantling crate. Huh. We don't quite have the whole map unlocked yet. There's still quite a bit of exploration I need to do up here. And then I actually have gone down, not in here, but I've explored, except for the swamp, which I think is this section right here. I've been in this section. It just never cleared the map for me for whatever reason. We have train stations. We could probably build something up in here. This is relatively flat. We could build a station up in there. And then I want a really big factory up in this corner up here, because it's really nice and easy to build in. And we already have our turbo fuel down there, which I guess we did say that we wanted to connect this line into the turbo fuel, didn't we? Yeah, I think we did. This comes out over here. And unfortunately, I made it so that this clips a little bit. I don't think you can see it from the top here, but it does clip through. I mean, just a little bit. Oh, my train. It's okay. It's fine. Whatever. Let's go back to our main base. We'll see what's happening over there. We'll see. I don't know. It could be something exciting. Maybe something happened. I don't think so. We could fly on the bird. It'll be very cinematic going over. Can I hide this so it looks nice? Oh yes, I like hiding things. Mostly the things that get in the way is the things that I hide. Like sweeping dirt under their carpet. I've been known to do that. There's our line over there. We're definitely going to build a tower so that that's built up. There's our aluminum production over there. That's going to be neat. We got 2 towers going up over there with the lines. Oops, we forgot to switch. Let's slow down a little bit. And then we've got our aluminum aluminum. This is just our main factory. This factory is actually, what are these? Oh, the awesome sinks for the rubber and the plastic. This factory here builds all of our stuff. It's all of our dimensional depots. So I've got motors, stators, rotors. They're all being made over here. We've got the reinforced plates are coming from a level below, I believe. Yeah, that's where they are being made. Then we've got the frames coming out this way, and they go right to our big storage mall over there, and they go up into our manufacturing tower. So this is our main bus line over here. We're trying to figure that out. And then the manufacturing comes up in here. We had screws for the heavy modular frames, which are going to be an absolute pain to build later. I know that they're part of some of the production lines. We've got screws coming out of here because I forgot to set up and I needed them the one time. We've got 2 power augmenters, and then the biggest project that I had started and got started with all of this is the steel production. So it takes 2 480 belts of the iron and 2 480 of the coal. It makes the solid steel ingots at 60 per minute times 6. I think that's 360. Yeah. So we got 4 lines of 360 coming out. And that was pretty... 4 lines, I said? 4 times 360. And I could fit that all on 2 780 belts now. I think. Yeah, I could. So I could reduce this down to 2 now, but it is how it is. This was a while ago when I set this up. And that makes this encased steel beams and the beams and the pipes. That's what I've been making with all of them. And they're all... I use the concrete for all of them. And that was a lot of concrete. The concrete is set up right there and down in the corner. We've got the copper production. I think I said that earlier. And the iron production. And both of those are using the alternate recipes where they use the other ore. So 10 copper and 40 iron. And the other copper and iron recipes down here. Copper and iron. So we're making a lot of copper. The rubber goes over to make the rubber coated wire. And we have the sheets over there. And what... Oh, this is the... I set up a temporary little station for the ammo for the rifle. Because I have that now. I can fire that off when I need to. I brought water from that lake. This is where it all gets a little spaghetti. And made some refineries for the concrete. And we have concrete set up. These 4 or 6 concrete. We're making a lot of concrete at the moment. That's all the pure Caterium recipe down there. We're making AI limiters, Caterium wire, and the circuit boards down there. So we brought plastic from our train station over there. And then this is, like I said, the manufacturing tower behind the scenes, behind the wall. At some point, I'd like to finish the wall. We've maxed out that water supply. There's not a lot of water down in the green fields, unfortunately. And then this is all copper and steel, or iron ore, that comes in on a little bus and transfers over to this main bus here. So it's all set up and very fancy. And then when I was first starting out, I had this all... This is some original stuff. And this is basically where I put this the second time I moved it. So only a couple hours in. And I set up this hypertube cannon to launch me all the way up over to my coal refineries. Because I wanted to get over here fast if something bad was happening. And in the beginning, when I was first playing, I lost power a couple times. So all of this coal... It's the first time I really paid attention to my wiring before I started not paying attention to the wiring. But I paid attention to it because it's all on its own wire. So that if I ever lost power, I could use this blueprint and a whole bunch of biomass feeders to start up a couple of the coal generators over there. And then all the coal generators. And then that power pole right here basically held the entire network together for a while. But now I think that it's running a couple different ways through the train tracks, and I think there's a power pole that goes up over here. So the wires are all connected now, and it doesn't really matter. But at one point, this was an individual system that also happened to power my whole base over there before I got the turbo fuel. And now we have turbo fuel. And we can fly over, and I'll show you that. And that would be good. I'll do that. I'm pretty excited. We got this circle done. That's pretty much exactly how I imagined it would look. And both of these... This can go this way. This can go this way. No. No. What is happening? This can go that way. It does need to do that, and it can go that way. But this never goes into this. Even though it does look like it does, I'd actually have to connect. Because, yeah, it's fine. This is fine. It's not something that I need to deal with right now. Where's... We gotta grab one of these. And if I just place it down right here, can I do that? grab this power right here since it's conveniently right there. Probably delete it later. Fall down onto this. Ouch. Oops, we went the slow route. Alright, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's good. 4 is good. 4 is good. And now we can see the turbo fuel right here. There it is. Look at all of that. I'm only using like 20 or 30% of the refineries here. The rest of it is actually just kind of chilling. This is all turbo fuel in there. That was what powers all these. And then both of those rows power all of that. I'm using the diluted fuel recipe from the early game, which uses the... Oops. I'm actually going to use this for a minute. Here. Can I slide through here? Oh, yeah. These refineries are using the alternate diluted fuel with the packaged diluted fuel. So it stacks it up in here. And then the fuel flows over, and that's going over to the far refineries. Where are they at? Those ones right there. It's sending all the fuel into there. And it uses packages the water, and then it unpackages the water right here. And then the rest of this row right here, all of these are sending fuel at the end, and it flows down this way right into here. And then this is all using the compacted coal for the turbo fuel, and it makes 18.75 per minute. So 18 3/4 per minute, and all that runs down this tube, and it flows into all these, which is what generates all of my power for the base. And we haven't really added too much power consumption because the trains don't really cost that much power. So that's nice. So, oh, and these all take exactly 18.75. I was going to say that. Which means that it's a 1-for-1. So I have over there, I think it's 20. That's 5 right there. That's 5. And that's 2 times 10 is 20. So I have 20 turbo fuel generators over here. And they each are overclocked, so they're making 625 each. So 625 and times, what is it, 20? Yeah, that's 12,000 power right there. Is that right? 625 times 20. 12,500. And we're making a total of, that's almost half. Part of the reason is we're boosted by that much, and then we have the fuel and the coal generators. Coal is where we just came from, and the fuel is the plastic and the other stuff at the other side. So that's all really good. This train isn't doing anything yet. I hadn't decided if I wanted to build a base for supporting industry, or I have extra coal that I could train out. There's plenty of extra sulfur going through the lines over there, and there's a whole bunch of other resources in here like iron and copper and stuff, and I know the nitrogen is going to be in here too, which means that if I ever need to, I can export some if I needed to. So that'll be good. Yeah, good. This is all plastic refineries right here. They all make plastic, and then they're making the packages just in case I needed more. I've got the I've got this stuff. What is it? Black powder. I'm making that over on the other side. Black powder comes in here, and it makes the smokeless powder with some of the extra residual oil that I have. And then I could show you this over here. This is a 600 line of the crude oil getting put into the heavy oil residue. The thing is, this is just one line, and I actually have 2 plus 3 or 4 more oil coming in. This is all just a mess right here. But this one is the one that goes straight through. It clips through all of those, and that is unused. Or that's the one that is totally used. And this one, I haven't used these in a really long time. This is what I use to start the whole setup and the whole process. And this is a second pure node. So I could actually double my power consumption over here before I'd need to look into alternatives like nuclear or more advanced fuel options. And for whatever reason, none of these are working over here. I don't know why. These aren't making fuel because this isn't making heavy oil residue because the polymer resin is full. Wow, this is full. Yep, it's full. No, it really wouldn't hurt if I went like this and put an awesome sink on that. Can this go in here? Yes, it can. Number 4, grab that. Place this down here. And put that on there. And now we're making extra points, and this will keep running for a long time. Let's upgrade these belts so they can go a little bit faster. Nice. That'll be good. I do feel a little bit bad for doing this. I have to get going. It's almost 9. It's almost 10 o'clock here. I've showed off my base. I built up a whole bunch of stuff. Let's go back over. We'll review what we did at the beginning and just make sure that I didn't miss anything. And then I'm going to start wrapping up here. Alright. Before anybody leaves, or I know that there's going to be some interesting stuff over there, so don't leave just yet. I'd also like to say thank you for watching with me today. I really appreciate you guys hanging out and checking out my stream. I'm still starting. I'm new to all this, so I'm very thankful for a little player base who enjoys my content, or at least is willing to watch and hang out for a little bit. Oh, geothermal. We need to get on that at some point. I think I have all of it automated except for the crystal oscillators, which will be the next stream. We've pretty much, I've used up all of my ability to do trains at this point. Well, we will build around the base at some point. I want to build a train track all the way around the base, just like with the two train all the way around, parallel or whatever. But the next thing we got to do is crystal oscillators. We're going to build a factory for them, start to finish. It should be interesting. Probably, we might do that up in the Rocky Desert. I'm not sure yet. We're going to have to figure out power for that as well. Maybe we'll just run some power lines up there. Oh, you know what I could have done is I had a hypertube over there. I didn't have to peasant walk like this the whole way. Yeah. This is the other end of that train station that I was talking about. And this is probably going to be one of the stops. I'm going to put a second one. You can see I have plenty of space here to run a second train station. So we're going to have 2 train stations in here, and then it'll go around that rock all the way around the base. Can we fly up on here, and then I can discouple and show you what I'm thinking of here. Whoa, whoa, that was different. Alright, we'll zoom all the way out just like this. And then I can't really show you by pointing, can I? Just imagine a big circle all the way around, looping the whole base here. I just pointed with my finger, and I just realized again that you guys can't see where I'm pointing. Yeah, it's kind of like an oval shaped triangle thing, and it'll go all the way around. And we'll definitely have to build some form of a blueprint, just like how we have over there. so that it looks kind of like it fits. That's one blueprint right there. This is the second blueprint. This is more of a bridge. That's more of a supported by some form of infrastructure, except for that last little part. That kind of gets a little weird. Yeah, so that's going to be good. Let's float down on here. We built this catwalk that leads to nowhere. We're going to have to finish that at some point. And then in our main base right here, we have this little docking port. Before I had the hover pack, it was hard to get above, and I wanted to be able to edit my blueprints, so I built this concrete. You guys could probably make use of that idea as well. Build like a little walkway around your blueprint designer before you have the hover packs. It makes it a lot easier. That makes it a lot easier. Alright, let's fly up. We're going up to the aluminum. I want to show you some other things here. Ooh, we really overdid that one. Please fly. Okay. Now, we'll go right here. Get some coffee. Drink the coffee. So we built this train track that goes around and around. We've got floating carts that are pretty awesome. We've got our hypertube cannon. We built a bridge going over down into our main factory. We've got this train tower here. This is another aluminum tower. We're going to have to get the aluminum and bauxite and coal all going into there. And then it'll come out on this side and probably meet up. Right now it's all going into overflow. We don't have the aluminum sheets set up yet. So that's, you know, different. And then this is our battery setup right here. Maybe we could build another tower just a little bit. I want these two to be taller. We could build another level to this right here so that we have a wall in between the two towers here. And then we could put the copper so that we have the A-clad aluminum sheets in there. That would be good. Those are extra boxes. We'll clean that up. And then we want to build something in the center. So after we're done with the crystal oscillators, we could probably do that. We'll see how that runs. Yeah. Let's go like this. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and sign off for the night. I still don't have an outro music or video. I'll work on that relatively soon. As soon as I remember, really. Reminder, we've got a video coming out on Monday. I've just got to finish the editing. And I've got a couple shorts lined up as well. So you check those out. If you guys would leave a like and a subscribe on this or some of my other videos, I'd really appreciate it. You know, subscribing doesn't cost any money and it helps me out. Leave a comment saying that you liked it, or maybe some suggestions telling me what I could do better. Like I said, I'm starting out. I'm still pretty new at this, and I enjoy the feedback that you guys give me. So, have a good night. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me on this enjoyable fine evening. Bye.